Hello everyone, welcome to the Media, Laughter and Society Radio for the podcast of the day. You can follow us directly on Facebook, Twitter, our special TV channel, and obviously here on the radio. So today the subject will be how can we define laughter in Western societies through the media. What we can say is laughter is part of our life. It's actually one of the first things you do in your life. From your born to your death. We often think about happiness and joy when we think about laughter, but it's got a totally different way that we could say a bit more dark. In time of over-meditation, we are today talking about the power of laughter, especially in a Western society, which is ours, yes? For this, we will first talking about the various media available in our society right now, I'm sure you all know, and the role of laughter in them. Then decrypt limits of laughter and the impact of media in our society. Okay then, what's first? Newspapers. So in newspaper, laughter is mainly represented by the satirical drawing, caricature. Its uniqueness is called the rire. Punctuate the article and makes the information more accessible, easy to understand. It also helps to encourage young people to become interested in the news. Read the writing press showing that there is a link between the drawing release and press article. But also to analyze the function of these drawings, related news and articles, thus shaping their critics. So what we can say is the drawing release, it's for some newspapers an essential role, like the newspaper Le Monde, the Canard Enchaîné from Charlie Hebdo, where they are a full part in the dissemination of information and are part of the spirit of the newspaper. For others, they just are illustrative news. In both cases, anyway, the goal of design is to release his audience laugh while dealing with current issues. However, a satirical drawing is often more evocative than a long article. It has a wider impact. Then, the radio. Favorite humorous niche radio by listener are those imitators and columnists. Imitators are almost never attacked. Well, not physically, but by people they are laughing at, for example. Because they are famous, and the population love them. And they actually go on pretty well. Médiamétrie published in September, do you remember that? Yeah, a study that shows that the most downloaded podcasts are those of imitator Canteloup and Gérard. However, writers such as Stéphane Guillon, Guy Desportes or Éric Zemmour are often attacked. Yeah, they are also much more virulent than the first. Indeed, the goal is to make fun of famous people who inspire respect in our culture, while driving so trivial as DSK, for example. However, chronics are often castigated because of critical, which are not always based and fair. Guillon had mocked the physical appearance of Éric Besson with saying about his beady eyes. And sometimes this kind of criticism can remove his funny character from the chronic. Now, I've got a good question for you. Who hasn't got a television? Nowadays, almost everyone has a television at home. Television is a hobby that many people enjoy, and I'm sure you do. To spend a quiet evening with family, to relax, to learn, to do everything. This is a very, very interesting time for laughter. In France, we all know programs that make us laugh, such as Scène de ménage, Samantha Oops, Un gars, une fille, Notre belle famille. These programs make us laugh because it is possible to recognize ourselves through the characters. Can you believe that the miniseries Scène de ménage have more views than the news at 8 p.m. at night on TF1, which proves just how people need entertainment. In fact, Each chain attaches great importance to a program that makes audience, you, laugh. We find, for example, Canteloup on TF1, France 2 and Ruquier on the famous Petit Journal, while you can watch on Canal Plus in Clear. These three people talk more about political things, as evidenced by the Petit Journal of Canal Plus, which play the demystified politics. For example, their cameras will film that the other channels are not filming. As Yann Barthès, I'm sure you know him, producer and presenter, said, "Our aim is to show how manufacturing information to expose the workings of political communication." In the family of politics satirics, Canal Plus programs also are les guignols de l'info, which we can call the puppets of the news. Despite their satirical and humorous side, the guignols, so the puppets, have a real weight on the policy. Indeed, in 2007, survey told us that 50% of voters through the guignol de l'info would have a significant impact on the presidential election in April and May of the same year. Is that not crazy? I couldn't speak about media without mentioning internet. Today is the most important media in the 21st century. It can firstly save a trace of other medias that we can find anytime, anywhere, everywhere on the internet. Then, it is a tool of communication, as the previous three, which is the newspapers, the radio and the TV, which conveys ideas through France and abroad. This is thanks to the internet that will create buzz, often for videos and funny pictures. We can take the example video of Norman, Cyprien or Hugo tout seul, who makes fun of day life situation. For example, the video of Norman on shirts has been viewed over 2.8 million times. Okay guys, now we are going on the dark side. Come with me. We tend to see only the good side of laughter in the media. While it contains a lot of fun, the negatives are also taken into account because they are really present. Let me introduce that for you. We were talking about newspapers. Now, drawing press has a really wide target than an article, but that is where the problem arises. If a satirical drawing can reach more people, it can also hit all the value systems, which do not necessarily place the freedom of expression, sacred in France, as a massive respectful humanity right. For example, the scandal that had depiction of Muhammad in Denmark in 2006. For the radio, two virulent chronics by Stéphane Guillon and Didier Porte have claimed their seats to their author for annoyed the director of France Inter, which is the director of the radio channel. For the TV, les guignols de l'info, as the puppets of the news, can be quite virulent and therefore condemned by the CSA. Remember, May 11th, 2005, Canal Plus is convicted after a complaint by the bishops of France about the sequences deemed injurious to the new Pope. It gives its blessing. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Third Reich. Benedict XVI, of German origin and had been forced to join the Hitler Youth, is called Adolf II. Finally, laughter on the internet can be very violent because there is no direct contact. For example, the girl Amanda of 38, I'm sure you did watch this video, who wrote a rap for poor people in Africa, was literally lynched on YouTube with very violent comments like "go hang yourself." That's pretty rude, isn't it? In addition, Net Get Start such as video of Normans, for example, laughing about their life situation. So that's the end with my time with you. So what we can say at the end is that people have increasingly need to laugh, especially because of the news, the financial crisis, natural disasters, more frequent stuff. In addition, 8 p.m. news are desecrated, and in recent years, we're not actually watching really TV, are we? Well, the news, I mean. Not as popular as they were, definitely. And internet and the many news channels are taking the space of the TV news appointment, staple of the evening. This space is then attacked by other comedy shows that do also very good scores and audience. So I leave you to it, guys. Have a big love tonight for me, and see you soon. Bye, guys.